In a world where people often take others for granted, there comes a point when silence speaks louder than words ever could. Your absence, though quiet, has the power to leave an impact far greater than any confrontation or argument. If you've ever been overlooked, undervalued, or dismissed by someone you cared about, this message is for you. There's a powerful truth that many don't understand. Your absence speaks volumes, and sometimes it's the most honest thing you can say. 1. The power of walking away. When others think they can take your presence for granted, they might believe you'll always be there, waiting for their attention, their approval. They mistake your loyalty for weakness, assuming you'll never walk away. But when you finally decide to step back and let silence fill the space where you once were, it's a game changer. It's not a quiet retreat for peace. No, it's a loud statement that demands attention. Your absence isn't just the absence of sound. It's the absence of energy, of warmth, of everything you once brought to their life. And though they may try to mask it, fill it with new faces or distractions, the truth is, they feel the void you've left behind. 2. Silence becomes a truth they can't escape. At first, they might put on a brave face. They might laugh a little louder, post pictures that scream "I'm fine," surround themselves with people who don't remind them of you. But behind that mask, they know the truth. In the quiet moments, when no one is watching, your absence is the loudest thing in the room. It's a presence they can't ignore. They'll replay in their minds the moments they took you for granted, the times they dismissed you, assuming you would always come back. Now with you gone, they realize what they've lost, and the regret starts to settle in. They'll lie awake at night, haunted by memories of your loyalty, your love, your strength. Your silence forces them to confront the truth they tried to avoid. They let someone irreplaceable slip through their fingers. 3. The weight of their choices. Over time, as they try to move on and replace you, they'll come to a harsh realization. No one else can fill the space you once held. The people they surround themselves with might offer temporary distractions, but they'll always fall short. No one else will bring the same loyalty, the same genuine care, the same strength that you brought into their life. They'll find themselves comparing everyone they meet to you. But the truth is, no one will ever measure up. Because what they had with you wasn't just a relationship, it was a connection built on realness, on authenticity, on a love that didn't need to be proven, it just was. 4. The freedom in knowing your worth. Here's the powerful lesson. You don't need to prove your worth to anyone. The moment you start seeking validation from those who fail to see it, you place yourself beneath them. But when you recognize your own value, when you stop begging for attention and simply choose to walk away, you reclaim your power. You don't need their recognition, their approval, their acknowledgement. Your worth is already written in your actions, in the way you carry yourself, in your integrity. And the silence you leave behind forces them to face a truth they can't escape. 5. Redefining loyalty and love. One of the most empowering things that happens when you walk away is that you start redefining what love and loyalty truly mean. No longer will you cling to relationships that drain you, relationships where you're expected to give endlessly without receiving respect in return. True loyalty is not about self-sacrifice. It's about mutual respect, about a love that strengthens both parties, about a connection where both people honor each other's worth. And when you begin to understand that, you stop settling for anything less than what you deserve. You stop begging for love or loyalty from people who can't even see the value you bring into their lives. 6. Reclaiming your power and moving forward. As you move forward, you step into a new chapter. A chapter where your happiness, your peace, and your self-respect are your highest priorities. You're no longer shackled by toxic relationships, by the expectations of people who didn't value you. You're no longer trying to fit into someone else's mold, hoping that one day, they'll finally appreciate you. Now, you're building a life based on your terms. You're choosing for yourself, choosing the people, the opportunities, the experiences that reflect your worth. And when you do that, your growth becomes undeniable. 7. The ultimate strength of silence. The beauty of all this? You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to show them how strong you are, or how much better off you are without them. Your silence does that for you. Every time they try to distract themselves, every time they feel the emptiness of your absence, your power grows. They will realize over time that they didn't just lose you, they lost something real, something irreplaceable. And as you continue to thrive, as you continue to grow into the person you were always meant to be, they'll be left with the stark reality that they could have had something extraordinary, but they let it slip away. Your absence speaks volumes. So remember, When you walk away from those who fail to recognize your worth, your absence isn't a sign of weakness. It's a declaration of your strength, your self-respect, and your refusal to settle for anything less than what you deserve.